Hi everyone, I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. Thank you for joining me and thank you very much for your support. Yellowstone Lake has been having an earthquake swarm. I pulled files going back to Friday. There at Yellowstone Lake, you can see one out in the lake, the largest being a magnitude 2.4. 4.2 kilometers in depth. So that would be 2.61 miles. That would be above the upper magma chamber, which is about 3 miles underneath where everyone is walking. Automatic by the computer. Now this here is near Yellowstone Lake. That would be near Grant, I believe. That came in at 2.92. That's a new monitor that they put in when the borehole went down last year, I believe it was. Purple Mountain measured it as a 3.3. Purple Mountain often shows the earthquakes being larger. Mary Lake came in as a 2.69. Holmes Hill, Hebben Lake, 1.82. Mount Sheridan, 2.88. Upper Falls, 2.64. Little West Thumb, 2.74. Norris Junction, 2.98. Parker Peak, 2.74. And Maple Creek, 2.53. So it was probably larger than the magnitude 2.4. This is Little West Thumb. You can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 marked in red. They are not reporting this one right here. That's most recent at 1841 Universal Time. There's its signature. Yeah, a lot of hot gases came up. Yeah, hot fluids came up. But this little tiny one, they did report. I'll show you the signature. Yeah, just a little blip, right? And they reported that one as a 0.6, 4.6 kilometers in depth. That would be about 2.86 miles below sea level. All earthquakes, even here, are measured at sea level. A 1.1 at 1302, about the same, 4.2 kilometers in depth. Maybe they got their time mixed up and it's definitely larger. Here we got 12:59 and 40 seconds. Yeah, you can see the hot gases right here. That's lighter columns coming up. And the hot stuff coming up. There's its signature. So we got this one right here at 13, 14, and 30 seconds. Same thing, a lot of hot magma. See the columns of hot water? 13:01 and 42 seconds is supposed to be a 0.8. Yeah, I laugh at their BS. Now this is an area that follows along the fault line where they have the spreading at the bottom of the lake. Here's a map of Yellowstone Lake. It shows the area of the fissures and the Yellowstone River. We got the different fault lines. This image here showing the fissure and the spreading that's going on is from USGS. So we have another small earthquake right there, very tiny, just a little microquake. And then another one right there. And 12:59, that's part of this one right here. And you can see there was another little one there, and another one there, and another one there at 13:02, and 13:33. Quite a few that they did not replace. The next one they do report is a 1.9, 2.9 kilometers in depth at 12:59 and 36 seconds. See, this is 12:59 and 40 seconds, but it actually started, yeah, 12:59. So let's see here. Yeah, hard to say. All right, so now they got 6 reported. The next one they reported is at 12:57, a 1.9, 3.5 kilometers in depth. So that would be about 2.17 miles in depth. That would be that one right there. Again, look at all the hot gases that came up, and there's its signature. Again, this is Little West Thumb's monitor. The next one they reported was a 0.8. That was on the 9th, yesterday at 11:02 in 15 seconds universal time. That was shallow. 1.1 kilometers in depth. So that would be about 3,090 feet below sea level. And I'll zoom in where that's at. Here we have Canyon Junction. Mirror Plateau. Hayden Valley. Mary Mountain, which would be near Mary Lake. Now here you see, let me pull this up. Over here is the 10th. A lot of small stuff not being reported for today. 4:50 and 50 seconds. There's the signature. And then there was another one just after midnight, 23, or just before midnight, 23:57 and 25 seconds. And so everything from here is yesterday. Yeah, there's been a lot of little stuff. 1918, 2027. I'll just jump around here. 11:02. That's the one they are reporting. And there's its signature. There was one prior to that at 11:01 and 20 seconds. That was the only one they reported for yesterday. Then on the 8th, which was Saturday, they only reported one, a 1.1, 23:49 and 3 seconds. So here we have the date for the 9th, and we got this marked in red. Now that would have been the 8th at 23:49. The only one they're reporting. This one too for yesterday is marked in red. 3:53 and 45 seconds. Marked in red. Didn't report it. And on the 8th, this one here at 21:10 was actually 2 earthquakes, it looks like. Now this is the 8th. Not being reported. And we had a thickening, an intrusion, what they call blobs of magma coming into the system. Yeah, throughout quite a few hours here. Each line is an hour. Let me pull this down for you, or get rid of it for you. And then we'll come up. This would be also on the 8th. See the date there? 2:22 and 10 seconds. Not being reported. Okay, so then we got the 7th. 22, 23, and 20 seconds. Not being reported. On the 7th, they have 6:47 and just after midnight, a 1.7 and a 0.3. I only pulled the files until 17:30. For some reason, the data wasn't coming in. 17:59, 22:23. And 2:22 and 15. That one is marked in red. Remember, when they're marked in red, that means the scientists need to come in and review it. Not being reported. Well, if they reported all the earthquakes, I suppose people would wake up and say, what's going on? Why is there this increase at Yellowstone? Well, it's recharging for a coming eruption. Yeah, one day it's gonna blow and yeah, catch a lot of people off guard. Yep. All right, here we have the monitor for Grant. Now this is on the west side of Yellowstone Lake, my Little West Thumb. It comes from a borehole 944. And yeah, again, these are the earthquakes right there that is not being reported. Look at the heat coming up. And we also got blobs. They call it blobs of magma coming up. Yeah, it doesn't look like much there, but yeah, blobs of magma. The line of melt closer to the surface. Now the line of melt is pockets of rock because not all rock melts at the same temperature. Be like holes in a sponge. Pockets of rock that are melted way up there. And we'll come back down to this one and look at the heat. Yeah, we got a line of melt there. And we got this other one, 1314. That's the magnitude 2.4. And we got 1317, 1320, another marked in red, 1257 and 35 seconds. That's probably the 1.9. And then we got the other one, which is 1259 and 45 seconds. Probably the other 1.9. And then we got a little one there, and I showed you that. 1301, 1302 and 30 seconds. That would be the 1.1. 1314, 25 seconds, the 2.4. We got another small one here at 808, not being reported. There's its signature. And, oops. We got this at 450, two earthquakes. 450 and 45 seconds. 450 between 55 seconds and 451 and no seconds. And then we got a lot of little other stuff. You know, we got the date here. Now this goes into yesterday, 2357. Not being reported. Yeah, they should have. And we got harmonic tremors here. See that? Up and down, wavy line. And then we'll go look at the rest of the stuff. A lot of little stuff. And now this is the 9th here below. We got that one, 2349. That one's marked in red, 353 and 45 seconds. Not being reported, a little dinky little popping of the rock, 314 and 25 seconds has come up. Yeah, see all the blobs. Again, this, let me pull this up, is the borehole for Grant. Now this is, let me pull it over, was 7th, Friday. Yeah, look at all that. Let's look at the spectrogram. Yeah, see the line of melt? Yeah, there was a lot going on Friday. Yeah. So more than likely they had a large intrusion of magma coming in. It comes in from two different directions. The Snake River Plateau and comes all the way up underneath the country from the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they had an intrusion of the magma coming in, and yeah, the pressure just built and built, and yeah, started having these earthquakes. Remember Hank Hessler talking about how if they started having magnitude 2 earthquakes or larger, yeah, they would start getting concerning. Well, 2s are getting to be pretty common. There's still a lot that are a lot smaller. And, you know, people who went to Yellowstone when they were younger will remember they never had the dark steam like they have now. They're at the Geyser Old Faithful Basin. Right now, all the roads are closed. The only way you can get in is by snowmobile. But yeah, it wasn't dirty like it is now. Yellowstone is one of only 5 volcanoes around the world where they're measuring what's going on under the ground with the magma. This is for the last 7 days for Norris Junction. X measures north, Y measures east. Now I'll come down here to the disk, and you'll notice here, X is north, Y is east. Even though we got north up here and west and east and south, this is what it's doing under the ground. They're monitoring closely what is going on. And each dot would be an earthquake that caused uplift. This is the last 30 days. Again, the Norris Junction area, Madison River. X is north, Y is east for the last 7 days. Each dot is an earthquake. X is north, Y is east. It's kind of trending towards the east under the ground. Even though the top of the ground, when you're there at the park, the uplift, if you looked at it, was in the north. And then the last 30 days. This is set at 10 microradians, whereas at Norris Junction it's 2 microradians. So 10, you wouldn't see as many earthquakes or uplift, but they're probably doing that so they can see farther out on the disk. Tilt for Yellowstone Lake. X measures north. Y measures east. Yeah, look at that. In 1 week. Oh, yeah. And they're reporting only 56 earthquakes on this map, and it goes from Bozeman all the way down to Jackson. That sure looks like a lot of earthquakes for 1 week, more than 56, doesn't it? Now this is set at 1 microradian, because basically the uplift is straight up, so they don't need to increase the area of the disk. Yeah, Yellowstone Lake. All right, for the last 30 days, all these dots is when the ground took a breath. Lots of dots means lots of shaking going on. And this is set at 5 microradians. See how we have a dot outside of the disk, right on the edge? Grant for the last 7 days. Yeah, lots of dots means lots of shaking for the last 7 days. And it's trending east. I want to go back to Yellowstone Lake. Yeah, trending. Oh, X is north, Y is east. So this is Grant. Yeah, I'd say there's more than 56, 57 earthquakes in the last week. And then the last 30 days. And they got this set at 5 microradians. Panther. I wanted to include Panther in today's videos, but I couldn't pull the files for 945. It's not working. And it looks like it was shut down. That might be why I couldn't pull it. Yeah, definitely uplift towards the east for the last 7 days. And look at the climb for the last 30 days. Yeah, we've had data missing before too. Trend going kind of beyond east, isn't it? Southeast. Another borehole, 950 for Norris Junction. Top is north. Bottom is east for the last 7 days. Yeah, uplift straight up. Now this is only set for 1 microradian. Well, you don't need to do it when it's not moving. You just got uplift in one area. And then the last 30 days. This is 2 microradians. All right, here we have Madison River. Yeah, and it's been showing a lot of activity lately. 1314, 1257, 1259, 1710. Yeah, look, let me pull this up. I really believe that the Madison River area is where, when it decides to finally erupt, is where it's going to happen. Look at the lines of melt here. And it'll do a counterclockwise eruption, because that's what it did before, was a counterclockwise eruption. Yeah, look at that. And we'll pull it up. Oh, I got some data missing I didn't pull. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, and this goes back to Friday. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of looks like the Snake River Plateaus, where most of the magma was coming in during that one period of time. I mean, look at that. Let me pull this. Yeah, see that? And I'll show you the signature. Look at that. Harmonic tremors, magma on the move, or they call it volcanic tremors. And that would have been, let's see the date here, on the 8th. Yeah. And we got more down here. Look at that. Look at the heat. Yep. And then all the earthquakes started popping off. So that's all I have for you right now. Looking like they're looking at Beehive. Thank you very much for your support. I really mean it. I am truly grateful. Being censored once again, mostly because of the thing that's going on in China. I'm not going to say what thing is going on, but they actually removed one of my not earthquake, but one of my videos, and it's on Patreon. I save everything. So I was able to put it on BitChute and then put it on Patreon so you can watch that video. Look at the line of dead trees. These trees grew up during what they call a quiet period there at Yellowstone. And now that it's reactivated for the coming eruption, they're dying off because of the gases coming up under the ground, killing off the trees. I'm on Patreon. I'm on Twitter. And I'm also on PayPal. But I do post a lot of things that I find on Twitter. If you want to follow me there, I'm Lucky Finds. There's a space between the two words. Mary Sutton Greeley. And yes, that's my real name, Sutton being my maiden name. And again, thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Please stay safe. Always be prepared for some kind of disaster. Yeah, the four horsemen are probably riding. So what are your thoughts? Put your comments down below, and I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.